Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Bald Metal Nerd coming at you. And today I'm going to talk about a very hot button but very unoriginal topic amongst music nerds or aficionados, enthusiasts, whatever you want to call yourself. And that, of course, is vinyl. Sorry, I don't have any. Versus, I have that upside down, CD. Okay. The reason I'm showing this CD is I actually owned the vinyl of this when I was a kid. I don't have that vinyl anymore. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. Um, and I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of each and which format I prefer. And you can probably guess which format I prefer before I even get into it. I'll start with vinyl. First off, the pros of vinyl. The artwork is bigger. The packaging is bigger. Which definitely, in my opinion, does add a cool factor to vinyl. It plus the media can look really cool. They can do picture discs, they can do different shapes, they can do all sorts of neat things with the actual physical aspect of the music. It can be real nifty, right? Um, and honestly, in my opinion, that's kind of the only pro that vinyl really has over CD is the coolness of it and the collectability of it. It does have that over CD. The cons. Now, I know some vinyl aficionados are probably going to crucify me for some of this. So get your pitchforks and torches ready, guys. Uh, Number one biggest downfall, sound quality. What? You're saying vinyl sounds worse than CDs? Not always. If you have a CD that's brick wall limited, recorded badly, and badly mastered, it's going to sound like shit. It is. There are definitely a lot of shitty sounding CDs out there. But all things being equal, let's say the album was recorded very well, mastered properly, all that stuff. You have an awesome sounding recording. Just something that sounds wonderful, right? All things being equal, the CD is going to sound better than the vinyl pretty much every time in those cases. Now, the reason I say that is yes, you can buy, if you have a high quality turntable with a high quality needle, and you have like a brand new piece of vinyl, or one that's been played very few times, it can sound incredibly great. I know this because I've heard vinyl in those conditions, and it does sound really good. But here's the thing, it only sounds about as good as a CD. I've never heard vinyl. Maybe I'm listening to the wrong stuff. I don't know. And guys, please don't pepper me with recommendations about turntables and stuff to buy in records and all that, because I'm not interested in spending hundreds of dollars on something for an experiment that may yield me, you know, for something I don't know how much of a difference I'll be able to perceive. I'm not willing to spend hundreds of dollars on a turntable and then, large amounts of money on records themselves when I already have the CDs. I'm just not willing to make that sort of an investment just for an experiment. But like I said, I've heard it, at friends' houses or whatever. I've been exposed to vinyl in the vinyl sound, and yes, it can sound good, but it's not this huge revelation that I hear some people say that it is. And in fact, most of the time, it sounds worse than CD, because most of the time, the vinyl is not pristine. It's been played a bunch, or the needle's a little bit worn down, or something's going on with the machine, you know. And people say, well, what about the warmth their records have? What that warmth is actually is analog hiss that you're hearing. It's analog distortions. Now, it can be pleasing to the ear. I'm not saying that it's not, um, you know, but it's not sonically superior to CDs. It just isn't. And now, like I said, guys, I know I'm really kind of bashing on vinyl. Don't take it that way. I don't hate vinyl, not even close. I'm just saying what I think are the cons. And the biggest con in my opinion, the point against vinyl at this point in time. You have two, a new release, right? The suggested retail price of the CD is $10. The vinyl, $30. Guys, you are getting pretty screwed on this one. This is kind of what the record labels are doing to you, in my opinion. Just my opinion. Again, opinion. So I don't understand the great attraction to vinyl. And yes, I know there's a huge vinyl resurgence going on right now. They're selling a shitload more vinyls than they did, 5 years ago. I realize this is occurring. And good. I think it's great. Wonderful. It's not on track to displace CD sales anytime soon, but I guess if current trends continue, maybe in another 10 or 15 years, it could happen. But I don't think it'll get to that point. If anything, I think what'll happen is, physical media just will sputter out at some point. I hope that doesn't happen. I don't want that to happen. That's the opposite of what I want to see. But it could happen. Now, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of CDs. CDs. I'll start with the cons, since I just bashed on vinyl. I'm going to bash on CDs now. The artwork is smaller and the packaging isn't as cool. It's not as collectible. That's a fact. It doesn't have that wow factor as far as that goes. Brick wall limiting. In the loudness wars. Ugh. Talk about ruining the sound of music. Good Lord. Stop doing it. Alright. And really, those are, in my opinion, the two biggest downsides to CDs. Now, the upsides. Ironically, CDs are now much, much cheaper than vinyl. I find that hilarious because when CDs were a new thing, CDs cost 2 to 3 times the cost of vinyl when CDs were new. Right? Because they had to recoup the cost of the new format. That was their justification for charging outlandish prices for CDs back then in the old days. Now it's flipped. The CD costs 2 to 3. I'm sorry, the vinyl costs 2 to 3 times the CD. It's hilarious, but it's a fact. And CDs never wear out, never. And you can copy a CD to a computer very easily, and you can listen to it in any. You can transcode it, listen to it on your phone, upload it to the cloud, listen to it anywhere, anytime. It's a beautiful thing. That is why I still buy CDs. I still find value in them. Now, granted, the only time I usually listen to actual discs is sitting in this room on my stereo. Most of the time, when I listen to music, I'm not listening to the actual discs. I'm listening to, MP3s, FLACs, streams, just like everybody else. But I do still listen to CDs on my stereo in this room because I still find value in it. So, that is enough of my ramblings about CD versus vinyl. I would really like to hear your thoughts. Please let me know in the comments below. Anyway, if you liked what you saw, please thumbs up, share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.